thank you all for coming and participating in today's voice culture workshop. Firstly, I would like to say that voice culture is a very deep topic and one can get very scientific about it. This is going to be geared more for somebody as a student to understand how to effectively use their voice and how to utilize their practice time to culture their voice effectively. Let's first start with what is voice culture. Okay, so is it something like having a beautiful voice or having sweet sounding voice, or is it something where you try to reach as high or as low as you can? And these are the aspects you bear in mind when you train the voice. The quality, when I say quality, trying to avoid cracking, especially with children. We have some young students on the call. Many times a common issue that children and adolescents face is that as they go up in the higher octave, mostly the voice tends to crack. Voice control is the next thing, where you're able to control, or your mind and your vocal cords are so well attuned to one another. All those things, working and systematically training to improve your voice's quality, range, control and expressiveness are all part of voice culture. Basically, an important aspect to understand about voice culture is that you work on your personal voice and bring it out in the best possible way. Voice training requires some kind of an intelligent play with one's own voice, and it also is a function of the genre that you wish to sing. And of course, today's workshop you're going to focus on Carnatic only. Before we get into actual singing, just a few simple things that I would like to recommend for daily practice. The posture and consistency of your the whole setup, right, your body is very, very important, so that one doesn't strain the voice on a daily basis. I have divided the voice culture aspect into 8 points. The range, second, tonal quality and resonance, third, shruti or pitch stability, and I'm going to deep dive into each of these elements. The swara exercises. Today's students don't have the time to do it, which is completely understandable, but when it comes to voice training, patience is key, because sometimes students say, oh, I think I'm having vocal cord issues, let me see a doctor. For 90% of those people, the issue is lack of practice, because I've also seen people's range improve over time. Move to your relative weakness, which in my case is the lower octave, because now my voice is warmed up. So this gives me the best possible shot I can get with my lower octave, which is usually hard for me. And like I said, for somebody else, it could be the complete opposite. Maybe they hit the lower notes beautifully, then do this exercise with the lower notes first, then shift to your relative weakness, which would be the higher octave. Can I have one person for the lower octave? Any volunteer, somebody who's not sung before? Sa ni da pa.
Sa ni da pa.
Very good. Now I am going to sing from the lower part to the male shadjam, the whole pattern in Triputa Talam. All of you first listen the first time and then try to sing along the second time. Pa da ni sa da ni sa da ni sa ri. Idea to sing in front of a mirror, because then you will know all the unpleasant contortions that you do it to your face when you practice, and you can try to eliminate those. Plain notes practice will help you with the voice steadiness, which is what we did just now. Gamakam is very, very important, because that is what will bring out the beauty of the ragam. Now we are going to do the Rupaka Talam Alankaram in Kalyani Ragam. When you give the Ga in Kalyani, glide it from the higher note. So that is a type of gamakam called kampitam, which is very important in this ragam. Sa ri ga ma ri ga ma pa
ga ma pa da
pa ma ga pa ma voice faster. So while we focus so far on slow singing, which is very, very important to bring steadiness to your voice, as you gain practice in slow singing, slowly start inching towards speed as well. Secondly, when you sing from low to higher note, my guru always used to mention this. Think of a pyramid. When you are in the low notes, your tone should be deep, rich. The thrust you give should be more. Some people practice with a nasal tone without realizing it. So you should know, if you are sounding too nasal, you should know to correct it. Sa, use your nose more. Pa. Try it. Pa. Now try your normal tone. Sa. Sa. Pa. Very good. So you can see the normal tone is sounding much more pleasant and palatable to the ear than the nasal tone. Some people sing with a breathy tone. In a sense, you can literally hear them gasping for breath between phrases. Okay, that is also faulty practice. Like today we did this long lower panchamam to higher panchamam, right? So what you should do is between each note, quickly catch your breath. Now I'm going to talk about Shruti alignment and stability. So how do we improve one's Shruti stability? Because a common issue many students face is they are basically able to sing with Shruti, but by the end of their session they are singing, slipping below the correct Shruti. First and foremost, always practice with the Shruti, your ear. Okay, you should listen to the sound very closely as you sing. Your ear should be still consciously listening to your sound. Your voice should be in sync with your ear and your brain. Okay, these three units in your body. Okay, your voice, you think of your body as your instrument. So what are some of the common issues that affect your Shruti alignment? One is unstable Shruti. Okay, like I say sa, wavering instead of holding the note correctly. The next deep dive thing I wanted to talk about is the ease of flow and flexibility. Basically, doing all the things we did will naturally help. Another important tip is developing the Swaranyana. Any sound you hear in a concert, you should be able to translate into the underlying Swaras. We did a workshop on ear training, Swarasthanas to Swaranyanas. The recording is available with Soumya. You can reach out to her if you didn't attend. The highlights are there on YouTube for everybody to view. Please do go and check that out as well, because Swaranyanam development is very, very important. So the way you should structure your practice is 15 to 20 minutes of all the exercises we talked about. Then start off with Varnam. Okay, sing one Varnam fully in 2 speeds.
I had a question for the gamakams. I'm fine with like the smaller, slower gamakams, but then with the faster ones with lots of notes, like I'm finding that difficult.
Yeah, one tip for you would be to slow it down and try singing it. With that, we will wind up the workshop. I'm really happy that so many of you came and stayed till the end. If you have any feedback, anything you would like to put in the chat window, please do. And we will catch up and cover more interesting topics like this. So if there are any topics of interest also, you can put that in the chat box.